Hello. So this is the start, not official start, but a start to my vlog for the 24-hour-a-thon hosted by Read by Zoe. I'm going to be participating in this and hopefully blogging a lot, blogging. I don't even know. It's nighttime. I'm exhausted. But vlogging along to this. It's actually, let's see what time it currently is. It's currently 10:52 my time. Sorry, I'm using my phone. So, anyways, it's currently 10:52. So I, of course, have not started the readathon just yet, but I am working on picking out some of my TBR. I've got a bunch of choices here I'm going to choose and see. I know I have a ton of books still. You can kind of see on my nightstand, which are like my immediate I should be reading TBR, but of course I'm not doing that. So I did pick out a few books I want to try to read during this, or at least get like some progress in. So with that, the first book I really actually want to get through, and I'm going to be listening to this on audiobook, is Legendary by Stephanie Garber. I actually have two copies of this book because I also have the UK edition because I'm just extra like that, I guess. But I'm going to be listening to this book on audiobook. I looked it up and I think it's going to be like a 5.5 hour roughly like audiobook if I listen to it on double time, which is pretty doable for me in a single day. So I feel like I can do that and get through this one pretty quick. Now I'm really kind of tired tonight, and so I know that I'm not going to be like starting off on like the strongest with this readathon. So with that, I did also pick out just like a quick little like manga for me to read. Since the theme of this, readathon is kind of like your favorites or like gratitude, so like books you're grateful for, and I'm not really a big rereader, and I don't really want to be rereading right now. I'm not really in a mood for rereading, so I'm going to be doing like favorite authors or like favorite genres. Like I really, really, really liked Caraval. So I would say Stephanie Garber is up there on my favorite authors list, so that's why I'm going to be listening to Legendary. And I really like manga, so I'm going to be reading Blackbird by Kanoko Sakura Koji. This is volume 11, continuing on with the series. I've really enjoyed it so far, so I'm excited just to continue on with it and see where the story goes. That way it's just a quick, easy read for me to just kind of get into the readathon mood. I also have picked out, and I don't know, these are kind of like optional. I'm really up in the air about my TBR. It's totally subject to change. None of this is in any way, shape, or form like for sure happening, but I picked out The Selection by Kira Cass. This is a really short book. I'm pretty sure, yeah, the text is like really big in it, so I feel like I can get through this really quickly. It's like a cheesy YA romance, which is something that I really love and appreciate. It's actually a genre that really got me into reading, so shout out to Twilight. But with that, I figured I could probably get through this in a day. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. And then, I also was like looking around and I was like, I also really, really am in the mood to read Sailor Moon. This is the Eternal Edition Volume 1, which is like the newest editions of Sailor Moon that are coming out. So this is another one that I would like to maybe kind of pick up. And it's a huge graphic novel book, but it is a graphic novel, which means that it'll probably be pretty easy to get through. So for now, that is my tentative TBR, and I can hopefully give you guys updates. I'm going to try my best to do vlogging. I'm not really the best at it. I work on the weekends, so I'm not going to be doing anything super fun this weekend. I'm sorry. It's probably going to be pretty boring. I'm a pretty boring person. But with that, that is my, for now, TBR. I will be back in about roughly an hour and get started with this. I do plan on sleeping. I have a 3-year-old and I work from home, so I will be working tomorrow, and in no way, shape, or form can I function on no sleep, so I will be sleeping. I'm not one of the intense ones, unfortunately, but I do hopefully plan to get a lot of reading done, so we'll see how it all goes, and I will update you guys in about an hour when the readathon starts. Alright, so it is officially here, 12 o'clock my time. That means that the Readathon by Zoe, hosted by Read by Zoe, has officially begun. And I'm so excited. I'm also really tired. So I'm gonna start it off right by taking a bath really quick just to kind of relax and get ready. I am going to be going to bed soon because I'm really exhausted and I do have to get up in the morning to work and take care of my kid. But I am going to pick up Blackbird Volume 11 by Kanoko Sakura Koji. I can definitely probably get through this really easily in the time that it takes me to take a bath, so I'm gonna go ahead and just do this, and I will give you guys an update once I'm done. I hope everybody's readathon is off to a great start. If you're participating, I am gonna do my best to try to be active on social media, but I am like terrible at all of that stuff. So I can't make any promises, but I'm gonna go ahead and just get in the bath and start this and we'll see how it goes. Reliable Rebel here is gonna help me out with some bubbles. So I am out of the bath now. It is like 12:50 here, so it took me about an hour or so. I did complete volume 11 of Blackbird by Kanoko Sakura Koji. I really enjoyed this novel. They're very quick reads. It only took me, like I said, about 30 minutes or so to finish it. And I'm really glad I did. I really love the artwork is so good, and the author draws like some of the cutest like little kid characters ever. I really enjoyed that part of it. I'm coming to the conclusion of this series. I think there's only like 13, maybe 16 volumes in this manga. I'm not 100% certain, but glad to have read this finally. So excited. I am going to be going to bed now. I'm pretty exhausted and I do have to get up in the morning, so my plan is to get some rest, get up in the morning, and continue on with something. Don't know yet what I'm going to be picking up, but I will be picking up something. So with that, I will see you guys in the morning. Hello, a quick update here. It is a little bit after 10. I have not read anything yet. This entire morning has just been kind of crazy. My kid woke up this morning sick and it's just been constant since then, but I think things are finally settling down. I'm going to be getting some food soon because I haven't eaten all morning and I'm really hungry, and I think I was gonna start out with my audiobook of Legendary, which I might do while I listen to it while I eat, but I might also just start the Selection by Kiera Cass. This is, I've heard, a really quick read. It's really addicting, I've heard. I'm just kind of curious about it because I've heard so much about the series and I never read it when it came out. So interested in this. I haven't decided yet which one I'm going to go with, but I will give you an update after I eat and let you know kind of where I'm at. Thus far, I have only, of course, read the manga of Blackbird, so I didn't look to see. Let me see how many pages this was, if they even numbered them. Okay, so it's 187 pages that I read, so that's where I'm at now, and of course, you know, it wasn't a manga, so it's nothing like too super spectacular, but the point of this readathon was just to participate and have fun, so I'm happy I've at least completed one thing. I'm gonna go ahead and just get some food really quick, and I will update you guys here in a little bit. Someone else also desires breakfast too, huh? Do you want food too? Yeah? I'm sitting here eating my breakfast of champions, and I started this, and I read this first line right here. One can never help being born into perfection. And I just, it might be too early for me, but is that really what she's like in this book? Because that is hilarious if she is. I love it. Okay, I'm gonna get back to reading. Alright, so I just finished eating and I got to chapter 2 on this book, which is like 12 pages or something like that, unsure. I understand where everyone's coming from when they talk about this book. I think it's one of those you have to take with a grain of salt and just kind of laugh at, because America's just, she's an interesting character. I've got my cats here. They're currently looking out the window. It's incredibly windy outside right now, and they just don't know what to do with themselves, do you? Huh? Anyway, so now I'm going to kind of wash and put my face together, get kind of ready for the day. I work weekends from home, so I don't usually we spend the weekends kind of like in our PJs just being lazy, but I'm gonna make an attempt today and just see where it goes, and I will update you guys here in a little bit. While I'm getting ready, I'm gonna go ahead and start the audiobook for Legendary, because like I said, it'll probably take me about 5.5 hours to finish. So since I'm getting such a late start today, I'm just gonna try to get through it. I don't know. I'm not gonna stress myself out. I couldn't help, you know, with having a sick kid this morning, but I will update you guys here in a little bit once I'm all hopefully put together. I don't know. What do you think, George? He's ignoring me. He'd rather watch the wind outside. All right, welcome to my kid's closet. It's currently 11:45. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna listen to my audiobook. The whole theme of this readathon was gratitude, and you know, just kind of, there was Zoe challenged us to do something kind today, so I'm stuck at home today, but what I am going to do is I'm going to go through my kiddo's closet. She's got lots of clothes in here, and a lot of them are no longer her size, so I'm going to kind of sort them, and I'm going to go ahead and put them in a donate pile that I will donate to a shelter or Goodwill. Haven't decided where yet, just to kind of do our kind giving thing. So I'm going to do that. While I'm doing that, I'm going to be listening to the audiobook for Legendary. I know I didn't say much about it earlier, but it is the second book in the Caraval series. I don't even know if that's the name of the series, but it's by Stephanie Garber. I really liked Caraval. I read it when it came out, and I actually have had Legendary since it came out also. I just never got around to reading it because I knew that there was going to be a third book coming out, and I didn't want to read it and then have to wait a year if there was like a big cliffhanger. So I'm reading it now because the third book finale is due out in early May, and since that's only about like roughly a month or so away, I'm just gonna go ahead and get this read, and I'm so excited. I think I'm like an hour into it already, and I'm really enjoying it. So I'm gonna do some more listening, and I'm gonna kind of sort this closet. Sorry, this is kind of boring. I'm not that interesting, but thank you all for hanging out with me if you're still here, and let's get this closet sorted. It is a little bit later. It's currently 12:20, so I did clean up my kiddo's closet a little bit, and I did get some clothes picked out to sort to donate. I still have more to go through, but I'm taking a little break right now to sit down and have some water, and I have this copy of Legendary sitting here. Just to kind of track like how many pages I've read. I'm currently about like 61 pages in. I'm really enjoying it. I forgot like how much I just enjoy this world, and like the romance, the like colors, the magic, the like Sisterhood is so good. I'm having such a great time reading it, which I knew I would. When I picked it up, I knew I would immediately enjoy reading it a lot. So I'm very, very into Legendary right now. I'm gonna have some water. I've been trying to increase my water intake lately, and I actually no longer drink pop, which is something I'm really proud of, but that's kind of like a random tangent. Oh, hi, George. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sit down and get my kiddo some lunch, and then I'm going to get up and do some more clothing sorting, and continue listening to my audiobook to see if I can get it finished today. I forget. I mean, I'm not really that far in, but this is like 2 hours of audiobook listening. It doesn't look like a lot, but it really is. So I will give you guys an update here in a little bit, and we will see you soon. All right, so it's super windy out, but I need to water my plants. I don't know. This is my lilies I planted. All right, so I just finished doing some dishes, and I decided it was time to spoil myself with some cookies, which is so on brand for me. But I am still listening to the audiobook of Legendary. I'm 114 pages in right now, so I'm making really good progress on this. I feel pretty confident I can finish it today. It's really quick read, and even if I end up, I may end up just reading it physically in some points today. The text is really large and the pages are really thick, so it's really not that long of a book when like you get to looking at it, but I'm really enjoying the story so far. I kind of just want to know who Legend is already. It's been now, well, like a book and we still don't know who he is yet in this part. That's not a spoiler. I feel like that's pretty obvious considering there's a third book. So, but if it takes 3 books to find out who Legend is, I'm gonna be a little bummed. But aside from that, I'm really enjoying this, and I'm just gonna sit here and snack on some cookies and do some more reading, and I will update you guys in a little bit. It's currently 1:20, so I will give you an update here in a little bit and tell you where I'm at on my reading. All right, hello and welcome to my kitchen. I decided I ended up only having a couple of cookies because I decided I should probably eat some real food. So I've got here some stuff to make pizza. I'm gonna make myself a little pizza. And just have that for lunch. My kiddo already had her lunch, so now it's time for Mom to eat. I'm still listening to the audiobook of Legendary. That's going really, really well for me. I'm really enjoying it. I'm about 50% of the way through, give or take some percentages, I'm sure. And I'm so glad I chose this book for this readathon. I feel like it was the perfect choice for me to make. I love all of the characters. I forgot how much I love the world and like the crazy mystery of it all. Seriously, hoping we find out who Legend is. I have it on good authority that we do find out who Legend is in this book, which I'm so here for. I'm so glad because I feel like it's been drawn out enough now. I just kind of want to know, even though I feel like I have a pretty good idea on who it's going to be. But with that, I'm just going to go ahead and bake myself a little pizza and eat that and continue listening to my audiobook. It's currently about 2:41 in the afternoon, so still chugging along, still got plenty of time. Hands down, will be finishing this book today. There's no excuses for me not to. So once I finish Legendary, I probably will end up picking the selection back up, but we'll just kind of see how things go. But with that, I will be back here in a little bit to update you guys. I have very little adult interaction in my life, part of this vlog, but look at these cute glasses. It's actually glass. They're like colored. You can't tell. It just looks like the drink is colored. But I found these at, I think, Ross the other day, and I love them. They're so cute. They're like little pineapple-y. Yeah, okay, I just had to show somebody because, you know, I don't get out much. A kid planted grass for school, and this is adorable, but now it's growing. And like, I don't know if you all know this or not, but like, I'm not so good at keeping plants alive, and what am I gonna do with a cup of grass that has hair and a smiley face on it? I don't want to get rid of it, but it's outgrowing its cup. I don't know. I don't know what parents are supposed to do with this. I didn't get any instructions, but Anyways, okay, back to listening to Legendary. Sorry, this vlog is terrible. Look at how beautiful it looks. Aww. And I am back to give you a reading update. I am 271 pages into Legendary. I have about that much left, so not a lot left. I have roughly, I think like 2 hours left on the audiobook, not 100% certain, but I am enjoying it immensely. I'm so glad to be reading this book. It's going by way too quick though. I know that I was planning on reading it within 24 hours, but like enjoying it as much as I am, it makes me kind of sad that it's gonna be ending soon and then I'm gonna have to wait a month for the next book to come out. So I'm doing okay though, I'm getting through it. I'm pretty tired just because of the night I had, but I'm glad to be reading this and to be participating. I hope everybody else's readathon is going well if you're participating, and if you're just stuck watching this, I'm sorry, I'm so boring. But I will be finishing this soon, I imagine within the next couple of hours, and then I'll probably end up picking up the selection just because like the 12 pages I've read of it today, it's just so ridiculously funny. Like, I don't know, I've heard a lot about the selection and I'm curious to continue on about it, especially because my first impression was that America's pretty full of herself, but like also I think it's great, so I don't know. But I will give you guys an update when I finish Legendary. Yeah, like I said, it's already after 4 a little bit, so definitely will be finishing this today, which is super exciting for me. Alright, so I have finally finished Legendary and I am speechless. I loved this book so much. I did not anticipate loving it as much as I did, and I don't know why, because I really, really loved Caraval, but Stephanie Garber's done it again. This, in my opinion, did not fall for the typical sophomore novel thing at all. It was so amazing. I cannot say enough good things about this book right now. I'm so blown away. It's 6 o'clock, so there's roughly 6 hours left in the readathon, so I'm gonna continue on. Like I was saying, I'm gonna take a little break. I'm going to let my dogs out and just, I don't even know. I'm so, this book, it's so good. I don't even know what else to say. Like, I feel like I have no words good enough right now to talk about this book, but highly, highly recommend picking up Caraval and then reading Legendary. They are so wonderful, breathtaking, magical. There is romance, there's passion, there's deceit, there's lies, and there's such just like a pure sisterhood in here. Like, the relationship between Scarlett and Donatella is amazing. It's so nice to have a YA fantasy book where the sisters get along and genuinely love and care and respect each other. And even as, like, you know, it's hard to say that, like, if you have, like, a favorite sister, like, I used to always kind of think Tella was a little bit more immature, but she's the younger sister. And I'm actually the younger sister. I have an older sister, so I always have related to Tella a little bit more and having always been, like, kind of underestimated. But as you find out in Legendary, you know, Tella says it herself that her and her sister are both, you know, amazing and, you know, in their own ways. They both have their own strengths that they possess. And that's good and bad for them. And I just have such a new appreciation for this series. I love it so much. So glad to have it on my shelves. Hi, George. Glad I read it today. It was the perfect book for this readathon, and now I'm just gonna kind of chill for a minute and then I'm gonna pick up the selection. I'm not gonna rush myself into finishing the selection today. There are like 6 hours left of the readathon, give or take a few minutes, but I don't want to rush it. I'm just really proud with what I have read today. This book was huge. I mean, I want to say it's huge, but really it's got some big font. It's 423 pages long, so, you know, a great read for in a day. So I'm just gonna go let my puppies out and we'll go from there. And I will update you guys on how my reading with the selection goes here in a little while. I should start calling these updates from my couch or something clever like that, but I'm too tired to come up with something like that. So I am, of course, reading the selection. I am so exhausted right now. I just got done getting my kiddo ready for like chill time because it's now 7:38 at night. I am only 22 pages into the selection, so not far at all. I read basically 10 pages since like the last time, but I'm reading it very slowly. I'm definitely not going to be able to finish this tonight. I am so tired. I did not get a lot of sleep last night just with having a sick kid, which was very unexpected, unplanned. My original goal was to finish the selection today, and that's just not going to happen, but that's okay. It's okay. I'm totally fine with it. I will, of course, finish it eventually. It's a pretty short book, so like I feel like it's not going to take me long to read it. But then again, I've said things like that before, and it's taken me months. So, I'm really enjoying it so far. It's super cheesy. It smells of the early 2000 tropes, but I'm here for it, and I really like the cover. Like, it's so pretty. Like, some of the most aesthetically pleasing covers. I just love them so much. I could look at it all day. It's so pretty. I don't have much else to say right now. I'm going to try to read a little bit more of the selection and then hopefully go to bed soon. I'm definitely not going to be making it to the end of the readathon, which is okay. It's really hard for me to stay up anyways because I'm old. And yeah, so I will give you guys another update here in a little bit. My husband should be home, so maybe then I can kind of get some more reading done, or maybe I'll just go to bed. I haven't decided yet, but I will give you guys an update before then and let you know how far I've gotten into the selection. And we'll just kind of see how things go. All right, it is currently almost 9 o'clock, and I am crashing so hard. I am so ready for bed. So I did read just a little bit more of the selection. I made it to page 70, and I probably honestly am not going to be reading anymore tonight just because I am so tired and so ready for bed. So I'm probably going to go ahead and just get ready for bed and go to sleep. Get some rest. Sorry if you can hear my fan. It's obnoxiously loud, but it's super hot already here in Texas. So yeah, I'm really enjoying the selection so far. Hands down, will continue reading it. I think it's funny, and I'm like ridiculously tired, and this is kind of like, it can be a little ridiculous, this book can. So it's cracking me up, but it's making me smile, which is great because I'm obviously enjoying what I'm reading. So with that, I don't know if I'll give you guys another update tonight. If not, I will give you like a really short closing update tomorrow, just totaling the pages that I read, because I do not math right now. But with that, kudos to those of you who can handle staying up until midnight, 24 hours. I can't do it, and I don't drink anything caffeine, so I definitely did not have any sort of pick-me-ups today. So kudos to those who did it, and I'm just proud that I even read anything. I mean, I read a whole book in a day, which is awesome. So I'm just gonna take my win for what it is. But with that, I will hopefully get back to you guys either tonight or tomorrow. Probably tomorrow because I am exhausted. Your girl is ready for some sleep. So with that, I'm just gonna cut to the clip of the morning where hopefully I look less like a hot mess. Okay, so I am sitting here about to edit this vlog and get it uploaded for everybody. It is now, of course, Sunday. It's morning or a little bit after in the morning, but I do want to give just like a quick little outro here just to sum up my reading before I get this all put together. The first book that I read and completed for the 24-hour-thon was Blackbird Volume 11 by Kanoko Sakurikoji. I really enjoyed this story. This, of course, I know I've talked about it quite a few times on my channel, but it is a manga, and it follows a girl named Misao, and she is what's called a Sanka Maiden, and basically that means that she is like wanted by demons, and it's a really cute romance paranormal manga. It's very cute, very adorable. I really enjoy it, and I'm glad to have read it. So this ended up being, I think it was 187 pages, and I read that one first. Then I read and I partially listened to Legendary by Stephanie Garber. This is, I think it was 423 pages long. I really enjoyed that. This is the sequel to Caraval. I think it's number 2 in the Caraval series. I never know the name of series, but so glad to have read this. This one focuses mainly on Donatella, even though you do see some of Scarlet for those of us who are big fans of Scarlet. I really appreciated a lot of aspects about this book. It was so wonderful. It was so beautiful. It did not fall, in my opinion, into the sophomore slump, which is awesome. I'm so glad that it was just as wonderful as it was, and I cannot wait for finale, which I think comes out in May. So that's super exciting for those of us who are anticipating the third and final finale of this series. So glad to have read that. I also picked up here and read some of the Selection by Kira Cass. I read 70 pages of this, so I'm not really honestly that far into it, but I really enjoyed what I've read. It's just a cute YA romance tropey-filled story, and it's cute so far. You gotta take it with like a grain of salt, okay? It's cute though. I really enjoy it. Love the covers of that series so much. Probably will be saying that a lot. But with that, I'm going to go ahead. I read a total of 680 pages, if my math is correct. Math is not my strong suit, so don't quote me. But I think about 680 pages, and I'm so thrilled with that. Thank you to Zoe for hosting an amazing readathon. I really enjoyed it. Kudos to those of you who stayed up all night and read all night and all day, because I cannot do that. I bummed out at like before 10 o'clock. Like, I'm showing my age here. But with that, I will see you guys in the next video. I hope you enjoyed this vlog. I'm sorry it was kind of boring. I don't really do much on weekends, but I hope to see you guys soon, and let me know if you guys participated in it and if you had any new favorite reads from this readathon. With that, I'll see you later. Bye!